Good afternoon. Here's the view. I'm on the third floor, and that taller building over there is a Best Western. Up that way a little bit is Cinemark 20 screen XD, whatever that means, extra definition something. And really kind of right over that ridge. I know, actually, I've been looking. I don't know if you see in the distance there, you'll see a rather large building. It looks like it has a dome on it. I'm not sure whether that's water storage or what. But really, this is the westward view. Looking out of my hotel room. Just over that ridge is the Colorado River and Lake Travis. There's some. I've been at the known spots there. I swear that car is everywhere. With the two deer antlers, he's like a door dasher guy. We have some more Chicanos coming in. Actually, several vehicles just left. I guess they're going out to dinner. When you look on the map around here, there's a Jack in the Box over there. Yeah, that ain't happening. That's the back side of Cheddar's. The front is different. They even have like a little waterfall on the other side of the. It's of course not pumping this time of year. Wouldn't exactly be pleasant. That would be a chilling factor. It's great in summertime, but Bombshells Restaurant and Bar. I don't know what. All I know is around here, Cheddar's is the only place I can get a non-toxic meal. The steak was delicious, rare, exactly the way I'd do it. Except he did put a little bit of a rub on it, but the rub wasn't toxic. It had a little black pepper, had a little salt in it. I did notice a little tang, but this is there's a massive, right in the center of the field there, that's a massive microwave relay. And I've actually been sleeping most of the day. I've slept twice. My seep on my ankle is actually looking pretty good. Can you see it there? Let me get in the light. If you notice, it looks like it's actually, the skin is about to close up. This is all just dried seepage, and I don't really want to get it wet, to tell you the truth. Afraid it'll start seeping again. This is all just dried. It's like the blood plasma kind of. I know it looks terrible. You should have seen it when it looked gangrenous. Now it's actually getting the right colors, and was all it is, that one little spot right there where you can tell the skin is not meeting yet. And while I'm at it, I almost knocked the cover off the. Let me show you the beautiful work I did on this foot. Yeah, I gotta wash them shoes. You can get a look of it there. Notice it's shaped just like a penis and testicles. This is the foot that Dr. Justin Booth botched. All this graft was white mush when I removed I had only about 10% live cells of my own skin. Actually, I told him not to use the same. He used the same section of my thigh that had already been a donor site on a previous burn. And he used the same thin skin. He should have gone to the other thigh. But he used thin skin that already probably had a little bit of a vascular problem. And then he put a moisture impervious barrier over it, but no vacuum canister this was after the second dress, it was still supposed to have a vac, because they were calling me every day. because he was charging $2,000 a week for a vacuum canister that was not there. I told him I knew it was going to fail. It took me 7 months. This was a spot right in here that was the most difficult because that's the point of maximum compression and stretching. But you can see that, considering it was on my foot and I had to wear shoes most of the time. Actually, I went shoeless for quite a bit. And I fixed what he fucked up. I'm sure I've already brought his rating down because this is how lame Justin Booth is. This one lady made a complaint. That was his only negative deal. It brought him down from 5 stars to 4.9. And he said, you must have me mistaken for another Dr. Booth or something. That's what a pussy ass he is. He was actually trying to tell a woman that she misidentified him and couldn't possibly be him. And if that was the case, why didn't he post? Because you're allowed to post photo. Why didn't you post photographic evidence that she wasn't your patient, Dr. Booth? And I'm pretty sure that's how you judge. Like, I really didn't. I just walked into that restaurant right there, Cheddar's. Walked in there cold. And, oh my goodness, and they're saying there is as busy now as it was when I went in there, which means the only place you can get seated in there, unless you want to wait, is you can get to one of the booths or one of the little tables in the bar area. That was fine by me. About the only complaint I have against Cheddar's is they need to dust the top of the lamps and those wooden slat Venetian blinds. But otherwise, the server worked with me and got me my food to my specs, and it was delicious. But to tell you the truth, I haven't had an appetite all day. Been mostly sleeping, and everybody got surprised, except for me. I had told y'all that last night, or maybe that was in the video I deleted, when a cold wind from the west, coming from generally that direction, when it blew off the cloud cover, I knew that it was going to get a lot colder. It was 12 degrees colder than what they predicted. It was just above freezing this morning. I checked in at 7 o'clock. They didn't have any handicap room available. That's why I'm in a smaller room. Of course, I also paid a smaller price. I'm kind of learning if you really want to book a room, do it at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning is prime time to. And I didn't even use my 10% discount on that. And they hate the booking service that I'm using. So, of course, I know that that's really because they won't, there's no prepayment needed at this hotel. That's because if you come in the front door, you're going to pay the maximum price for that day. And they kind of have that right. It's in a good location. It's shielded from, you can see the traffic. Oh, that's I-35. Over a little bit more before that ridge of hills is Mopac, the dreaded Missouri Pacific bypass. And like I said, just beyond what you can see there, beyond that ridge, that's the Colorado River Valley, which they dammed up and turned into Lake Travis. And I forget the name of it. There's something point right over there that's in that direction. There's a area that's got a little park and boat launch areas, and then but it's in that area and southwards towards Lakeway. That's where the movie stars live, and Dan Rather and all them bunch, and probably Sandra Bullock and Matthew McConaughey. Hey. Anyway. And that was actually the tree that was cut down by the side of the hotel. It was one of those. It was a cypress. And I think that they just may need, of course it's seasonal. Cypress is doing its own thing right there, but actually cypress usually require a shit ton of water. They're used to actually growing in the water, as some of you may already know. But this is like December, whatever the hell, Saturday, or just no, it's Sunday, I think. I don't know. I have to look it up. All I know is I successfully booked a room. I got here in a ride that was, and I actually kind of under tipped the driver. He was probably expecting $5. No, only $3. I've got to start limiting them to. They only get $5 out of me if they're show me exceptional service. And he was just basically doing his job. He didn't actually get that much out of it because it was showing him exactly how much he got. It was like, it's really kind of a shame. Anyway, I wouldn't want to be going north. And it's probably going to be, oh, they're saying it's only going to be about 44 tonight, but that's, they said 46 or 48 last night, but when the cloud cover was gone, it got down, it was around 34 degrees by the time I checked just before, right at dawn, when I checked into here, just as the sun was coming up, it was just a couple of degrees above freezing. I spoke to the manager about it. He walked out of the house and went, oh no, and walked back in and put on a light jacket. And he's only getting in his car and only coming here. My first winter in Austin, I only stayed in the hotel about 3 times. I've already stayed, and winter hasn't even begun. My first winter in Austin, right around or just before Christmas time, when winter actually begins, the winds just started howling. And it was a constant battle for survival. I don't know if I have it in me this year. I really don't. And I certainly cannot take many more of these rather expensive retreats to hotel rooms. Yeah, I got 2 queen beds. Yeah, that's really. The question is should I sleep in? Anyway, I've got to begin the evening's chore, which that's 600 feet because now that's what I smell. Just, can you see it's not focusing right. It came up way bright. What's going on here? Okay. Anyway, I was going to point out the smoke coming out of the kitchen area. I smelt that just before I came back in. That smell actually triggers insulin production. If you cook all the time, you're liable to be overweight because of the insulin. The insulin drives you crazy until you eat. Yeah, I see what it's doing. It's got a lock on the. Anyway, I'm talking about on my screen. It's locked the brightness or the aperture. So I haven't even started doing it. And you know what? I didn't bring any. Last time I brought a couple of small packets, buck a piece of Tide, and not sure what the hell I'm going to do this time. I might ask them downstairs if they sell any detergent. But the reality is I've been laying up in that sweet corn sack since about 8 o'clock this morning. I only got up once to go out for a smoke and then just got through with smoking again. Boy, that's I wonder if I tap that right there. That's what it is. So that's one of my favorite foods right there. That looks like a pigeon on top of that. I love pigeon. They're like just a giant dove. They're the same family. But I've been here all day. Hadn't even turned on the TV yet. And yeah, yeah. No, I'm going to stick to what I know doesn't make me ill. I got plenty of tinned beef and cheese sticks. And actually, I'm already feeling like another smoke. I left my shoe over there, didn't I? Well, that's it. Greetings from the Comfort Suites Inn, right on the edge of, I've still checked. It's across 35. It's still Pflugerville. There's just one little area there. It's still Pflugerville. I haven't crossed the city limits yet. Uh, don't want to. Only left once to go to a shoulder doctor, and he turned out to be a young piece of inexperienced junk garbage. Yeah. Yeah, I'm noticing an occasional little scratch and dent and ding. You can tell this is kind of more like one of the party rooms. Right across the hall is it's funny how we handicap people usually take better care of our rooms than the party people. And like the usual, can't even really see it, can you? That's a pretty good sized sofa. Looks like the other one. I know I need to yeah, there you go. So you know those icons were there. Maybe that came with my last update, but you see there's plenty of room, more room than I actually need. To tell you the truth, if they cut the price in half, I'd take it, except a 8x12 4-bit room. And I forgot to get sugar when I was downstairs. I do like these little coffee machines, though. That shit comes out hot. Better than Mr. Coffee. And the Mr. Coffee, I even preheated the pot before I put it on the heating plate and stuff, and preheated the cup. And it still wasn't hot enough to suit me. We got plenty of... Actually, I already have one battery topped off and stored away, and that's my backup battery. I'm talking way too much, and this, ladies and gentlemen, just remember when you go to a hotel during the night, I have to have some kind of a urinal. And that's it right there. That's my urinal right there, buddy. You think I'm going to pack one away around? No, and they sterilize it every time. But if you think I'm getting out of that bed several times a night to go urinate, that ain't happening. Anyway, almost 19 minutes. At least I know now where my light control is, aperture control. It wasn't giving me the symbol before, but then I did recently agree to an upgrade of this app. That bathroom is much smaller than the handicap one, but then it doesn't have to be any bigger. I know I'm boring y'all shitless. I just thought I'd let you know it's beautiful weather outside. It's in 66 or something like that. I'm about to go outside for another smoke again. So let me upload this.